Our next session is by a young and dynamic lady, Chestha Aggarwal, Director, Crimsoune Club. Chestha will be talking about confluence of fashion and culture. Let's have a big round of applause for Chestha.
So, hi, since we all seem to have a wee bit of culinary, film, entertainment, literature, and politics on our cultural platter this evening, I'm sure our meal won't be sumptuous and settled unless we tumble upon a bowl of fashion and come full circle. So, I stress upon fashion not merely because I belong with and come from this world, but it's also because the statistical data show the global apparel market alone is valued at almost $2.5 trillion US dollars, accounting to 2% of world's GDP, withholding 5.5% of annual growth consistently over the past years. As a matter of fact, a report by McKinsey released last October stated that the fashion industry would be the world's 7th largest economy if it ranked alongside individual countries' GDP. So yeah, in the 8.5 minutes to follow, I shall try bugging less with numerical data and take you all wonderful peeps out there through my interpretive journey of how different layers and levels of culture blend with and overshadow with each other, along with how fashion seemed to have transcended the shadow lines created by us in the name of culture. What I intend to do is that I'd funnel 3 levels of culture and confer them with how we differentiate traditional and cultural fashion of India to the one that's prevalent globally. The first and the topmost level is the high culture, which is referred to the belongingness of individuals like us gracing this event here. This involves elite activities of painting, sculpture, music, auditory art, photography, writing, architecture, and design. In terms of fashion and fashion inspiration, this means translating art into an experience and producing iconic wearables, be it clothes, shoes, bags, or jewelry. Now, what happens? I'd give you an example. What is an iconic British dress? It's a blouse and a long skirt, right? Now, this happened to pave way into our traditional, iconic 6-yard-long sari. Did anybody know that the petticoat and the blouse, which also we happen to call as the crop top, was taken in by the Indian women to show our empowerment against the British Raj to produce what sari could be lot more? I mean, we all knew a 6-yard-long piece was sexy on a whole. How about just pulling on a Bharatiya Nari feminism and femininity to put it forward? Okay, let me go down the funnel and talk about popular culture, also known as the pop culture. You know, we're all so cool these days. It actually refers to the mainstream culture, the one that is governed by celebrities, is mass-driven, and is available for mass consumption eventually. Again, I'd quote that with an example. Okay, what's the hottest Western trend for the season? High-waist jeans? Or probably Gigi Hadid's bootlegs? Did we all forget where that come from? I'm sure we all know, but we happen to miss upon the fact that that was the hippies trend, right? Now, I mean, come on. In the fashion industry, you see everything goes retro other than prices. Other things like Tommy Hilfiger's bandies or Nehru jackets or the Modi's jacket or the Mandarin collars or the Nehru collars. Come on, they're all the same thing. We just try to talk them in different languages and get lost in translation. Now, before I talk about my final most level of the funnel, I'd quote another reference of how fashion and culture scene in India is nowhere third world from what we still refer to as differentiating from the first world or probably the Eastern world. I'm talking of low-waist jeans, tattoos, colored hair, piercings. Looks and sounds cool, right? I'm sure each of us present in this space has had it all, or at least some of them, at one point or the other in our respective lives. Ironically, this happens to reside in the lowermost part of the funnel. That's called the lower culture or the subculture. The low-rise jeans showcasing brief bands actually happened to be a byproduct of hippies and prisoners who were devoid of belts during their tenure in a prison. Also, I thought I'd just recollect that what we refer to as getting permanent tattoos or getting inked, having crazy body piercing, has been rampant in the Indian countryside since ages now, and was also considered goth, a very street culture. That's where the place Kate Moss was born from, in the West. Similarly, the also trending skippers that we wear today as an icon of power dressing was once called the teddy boy boots, or the shoes that were part of underworld fashion of the West. So you get what I'm trying to say, right? All that I'm trying to communicate through my expression is that fashion and culture anyway go hand in hand and do not restrict themselves to boundaries. However, the power that this blend holds is still undiscovered. This, in its actuity, is a precursor to bring world as the one world, and I guess that's what we individuals look forward to, right? We all want to belong with, I guess. So yeah, that's what I wanted to put through, and before I step down, I'd just like to let you know that I'm Chestha Aggarwal, and I take care of the marketing and branding at this mass market brand called Crimsoune Club. We produce clothing for all that is casual, dressy, yet it expresses an easy attitude towards life. So yeah, stay fashion, stay cultured, stay crimson, because in the end, we all look good together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chestha. May I have you back on stage for a minute more, please? I shall request Mr. Amit Gupta, CEO Mail Today, to please come up on stage and present a token of appreciation to Chestha. Thank you very much once again.